president, not a perfume. Disclaimer: I am neither a Republican nor a Democrat. Guess what? My favorite would have been John Kasich versus Bernie Sanders. However, we don't have the choice anymore. See, I love Mr. Donald Trump. I read a lot of his books. I inspired, by his success. He's a very great businessman, and he wrote a lot of books. I like him. I love him. No doubt about it. But certainly not as a president. So I'm going to give you, a couple of thoughts. It's just my opinion. I'm sure you guys are, smart enough to pick your choice. So, first of all, like a couple of things. Here is how I would evaluate. First, number one, like social cause. See, this is not about, picking who wants to be a president. This is all about who is qualified to be a president. Okay. Number one, social cause. See, look into the individual. Has he or she ever done any social cause in the past rather than simply writing a checks, right? So, and then, think about it. Number two, there is nothing wrong in taking advantage of bankruptcy laws for any business person. That's okay. But as long as all the parties involved in the chain are happy and satisfied. For example, the vendors, the customers in any business deal, bankruptcy, could happen. But what happened at the end of bankruptcy? Does everyone got paid? Does all the vendors happy? So that's the point of the deal. So I'm not sure about it, but I'm just giving you my thought process. And number three, see, it's rich or poor doesn't matter, as a matter of fact. What does being a president has anything to do with his or her bank account? Actually, none. Literally none. It doesn't matter. And, I would have to call it Forbes stupidity. Who asked Forbes magazine that, they listed about last year, right? Whoever is running for president and whatever is their bank account, who cares about it? Think about it. Can you put any value for a good qualities, such as honesty, integrity, and that kind of thing? Who cares about bank account? Bank account literally has nothing to do with, whether or not the person is running for president. Okay, it's all about the qualities which makes the person. It has nothing to do with bank account. Okay, that's a Forbes stupidity. To come up with this story and disclosing all the list of how much each person a net worth. Who cares about it? See, it's not about $10 billion again. A guy could has a $10 billion doesn't necessarily would be a good president. Money has nothing to do with it. You would find, maybe a guy who's running a pizza shop or a flower shop who is making a, return of investment. Could be, he or she could be growing his business, maybe 20%, 30%, the growth, or even multiply in a several years. So you could take any small business entrepreneur who is making good, return of investment for his business. I would call any small business entrepreneur as a successful, as long as he makes a continual progress in his business. That has nothing to do with whether, who made like $10 billion. Of course, or whatever, billions of dollars, right? Well, of course, if you start off with $1 million, sure, you would make money. Absolutely. Mr. Trump is talented. Nobody is denying it. I'm not denying that. See, and one more thing, right? Number 6. It's about if you remember, there was a situation where they asked who would you prefer to put like the face in a $20 bill? If you look into the Mr. Trump's answer, think about it. I mean, you're running for a position, you are running for a president. Would you ever say that I'm going to put my daughter's face in the $20 bill? Come on, it's ridiculous, right? I mean, no matter whether, see, this country has got a lot of, history, right? We have great ancestors, we have had great leaders like Lincoln. Think about it, a person who is running for a president, you would say, oh, I'm going to put my daughter's face in the $20 bill. Come on. There is a difference between whether you're running for a leadership role for your neighborhood or for your street or for your school or for your district or for your state or for the whole country. There is a change in perspective. You got to understand, right? So it has to reflect. So whichever you're running for, right? So it's all about, now number 6, right? Or 7. It's all about the leadership, right? Mr. Trump could be a great manager, but certainly not a leader. So it's all about whether or not we pick the right leader, but not a great manager to run the country. Okay. The only favorite thing I like about Mr. Trump is he's a teetotaler. I mean, he doesn't drink alcohols, I believe. You know what? Now I feel that you would have been better off just start drinking. Because, he's talking about all these, he was talking about all these unnecessary things during his entire campaign. I personally feel that he would be better off if he started drinking about it. Because, right? So, see, and the next thing is, government only facilitates individual's life. It's not going to enhance individual's life, right? So if we have our own problems, like the personal problems, family problems or challenges, career challenges, job, I mean, we have to work hard, right, to enhance our life. So government is going to only facilitate. So we cannot really say that, hey, government is the problem. All the problems that I have in my life, government is the reason. So let's have a business person to run the country. No, absolutely. I mean, the politicians were running fine. It's just that there are some loopholes, maybe the politicians with the wrong, cause or integrity, and perhaps some percentage of the politicians are not honest. So, I mean, it's going to be the same, whether if a business person is running the country or a politician is running the country, right? So we got to look into the track record. It's not about whether the person is a politician or a businessman. It's not going to make any change. Actually, it's going to make it worse. So, number 9, I would have been more happy if Mr. Trump would have focused on all the issues, to learning about the things and to becoming an expert in the last 1 or 2 years after he started running campaign. But he goes and talk about all these nonsense things, right? I mean, for me, every time I watch a debate, I'm so curious that I can learn some intellectual stuff that the nominees talk about. But all these recent debates were like junk, right? We can't learn anything from those conversations that they're talking about. Like, the debate has to be intellectual, right? They gotta be talking about the important points: internal affairs, external affairs, defense, and that kind of thing. But I don't think Mr. Trump has ever focused on in learning those stuff, or even he could be an expert in 6 months. If you have started doing the right thing. I think he started he started making statements against against the Democrat, against the Clinton. So I think you would have been better off focusing on what things needs to be done and getting ready to be a president. I don't think that seems to be the case. So of course you guys know more than me. So it's not about what my father voted or my grandfather did, or what my family asking me to vote for, or even my spouse wanted me to be a Republican or Democrat. It's all about we have to rethink, revisit our thought process. Who is a good leader, who has good qualities, who has done a lot of social cause. Those are the things that we need to consider, before voting or before picking the right person. I'm sure you will pick the right choice. Good luck. Have a nice day. Bye.